And all these experimental drugs that he's on something they at first said it was a polyclonal antibody thing. Now they're saying it's a monoclonal. What the hell are these things?
It's a cocktail. Now, it's a cocktail of monoclonals.
Okay.
So like a normal antibody response that you get a tetanus shot or something, many antibodies are produced, each of which have a slightly different specificity. In other words, one goes to the top of the tetanus bug, and the other go to the bottom. Now, if you take the cells from a person who's been recently vaccinated, or in this case, who has recovered from COVID, and separate the single cells, you can make each of those cells make an antibody, and that antibody will be specific for one part of the virus. So in that sense, it's monoclonal. Then when you mix them together, it's sort of like a polyclonal response because hopefully these antibodies cover many areas of the virus.
Wow. And what do you think about, that Trump even had to go to the hospital? I mean, the story has changed so much, what's been going on with this guy. And we know that, like, for a normal person to be hospitalized with COVID, it's pretty severe. Now they're saying it's being out of an abundance of caution, but then they're also saying that he's on, like stuff that you get put on when you're in like clinical, like when you're in urgent, or what is it called? The one where they're operating on you.
OR? ER?
Critical condition?
Critical condition. Yes, they have them on the steroids, like when you're from critical condition.
Yeah, well, the role of steroids is still debatable because, interestingly enough, sometimes the immune system gets carried away and, gets a little bit too flamboyant and starts, causing as much trouble as it's trying. When it kills the viruses, attract all sorts of immune cells. They get very excited and they pour out all these chemicals which attract more immune cells. So you can get into a spiral where the immune system is doing more damage than the virus. So that hence the steroids.
Wow.
Brad, you on your own, without knowing that I basically had agreed with this, you on your own said that you thought that Trump would use this to his advantage. Now, how do you think that would happen? And because, Jack, you just made me think that maybe he's not as ill as they're saying. He's getting the best care there because he's not going to take a chance. And as my dad says, he's getting the medical quality. My dad has a cough. It's not COVID though. He's getting the medical quality that other people are denied. But Dad, what's you and I, we must be related because I had the same thought that you had about how Trump could use this.
I have a couple of thoughts about how he'd use it. One, he would say, well, look at this. I had so-called COVID. And here I am standing in front of you, healthy as a horse. And the resemblance does end there. And so what's all this big deal about COVID and masks and stuff like that? Some people get sick,
right?
But it's been overblown.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that they'll have sympathy for him and say, well, look how brave he is. And they'll say, this is someone who was a real leader who stands up to this illness and stuff like that.
Well, also with his narrative that if you're healthy, you're okay, right? Because then he'll be able to say, oh, look, I said that are you okay? It's really not COVID.
Uh-oh.
He'll say that he has asthma, yeah. He'll say that, as I said, only vulnerable people get sick. So now not only have that's not that big of a deal, but now we know I'm healthy as a horse, as my dad said.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think I think if there's any lie about this, it's more severe than it is less severe. Like I don't think that he's faking the diagnosis. However, I do think that if he manages to survive it, it might be helpful for his reelection. That's what I think.
It also might give him more reason to attack COVID prevention. That's the thing that I'm afraid of.
Why? What do you mean?
Because as I say, he'll say, well, look, COVID, I had COVID.
Right.
It's no big deal.
Right.
I never wore a mask, so I got COVID.
Right.
Right.
Who cares? Who cares about masks?
That's why Joe Biden, really, I'm not kidding, should have numbers. He needs to, at the next debate, if there is another one, just read off the names of young people who have died. I'm serious.
Oh, that would be great. As a matter of fact, they should run some ads with pictures.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, for real. Yeah. At this point, also, especially since this man has had it, you can really tie it to he got all this treatment and was able to survive, and there's
Right.
a 250,000 people who didn't.
Right. And
Now the other thing about COVID is it has sometimes it has delayed effects, and also there's an increasing amount of knowledge about realization that it can affect the nervous system and cause everything from strokes to, as you may know, the first thing that happens in COVID is often loss of taste,
Right.
loss of smell. And we certainly know that Trump has one of those. He has no taste, but he does smell.
So, a little bit of a relief. Relief.
Yeah. Right. The nose is actually becoming an increasingly investigated area to inject drugs into or to put drugs into.
Really?
Because it goes directly into the brain through the nasal nerve, the so-called olfactory nerve. And viruses have a great talent of climbing backwards up the nerves into the brain. And there are mental changes. Some of them may be delayed. And, so again, it's I really think the medical people should be asked about what his mental status is right now.
Right. But they can't really because of HIPAA, right? The Hippocratic oath.
Well, the hypocrisy oath in his case.
Yeah.
But no, but I mean, the thing is, once he has given them permission to talk,
right?
But of course they can choose to answer or not answer or to equivocate, which is what the course that they seem to be doing right now.
Yeah.
I think we need one brave nurse to, snap the iPhone picture. You know what I mean? Like, this is a time. I'm sorry. I know you're a doctor. You can't say anything anti-HIPAA, but for me, I say
I think
throw HIPAA to the wind.
I have had patients.
He's a psychiatrist.
In emergency rooms and stuff like that, and they won't tell me anything about what's going on with the patient.
Wow.
And they also won't let me tell them about the patient.
Just bizarre.
I mean, it's well, hippo. It's a very cumbersome animal that just splashes around and doesn't know one much good except stirring up the mud.
But they're very cute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dad, thank you so much. Everyone, thank my dad and clap. Okay, you can.
Okay.
Wow.
So, hi, Jack.
Incredible. See you later. Good to see you.
I think you hijacked the show. So
me, I didn't. I think you
hijack.
Oh, okay. I got you. Right.
Bye, Dad. Bye. It's funny because for the first time, that's my dad. For the first time ever, I looked and saw that your name spells out hijack. I don't know why. I think I said hijack or something. Anyway.
Yeah. Said hijack. Oh, no, you said
I said hijack. Yeah, Wow. Next time I'm going to try to get my mom on. What do you say?
Why not? And then you can do the Avengers where you have them both on together.
Yeah.
Wow.